Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be discussing about multiplication of monomials. Multiplying monomials to monomial, monomial to a binomial, and monomial to a polynomial. Okay, so before we do these examples, let us try to review the rules in exponent. Okay? So, kailangan muna nating i-review kung ano yung mga different rules ng exponent bago natin sagutan ang mga exercises na ito. Bakit kailangan? Kasi we need them when we answer these exercises. We just have to review para mas mapadali ang pagsagot ng mga sumusunod. Okay? So, what is the first rule when we are multiplying exponent? So when we are multiplying exponent, first, anong unang-una natin gagawin? When we multiply exponent, like for example, x to the n power times x raised to the m power, what do we do with the exponent? Ina-add natin yan. So magkakaroon tayo ng x n plus m. Okay, so yan yung first rule when the operation is multiplication. Next, when you have double exponent, power and another power. So x raised to the n power times m. So tawag dito double exponent. So what do we do with the exponent pag ganito? Ang ginagawa natin, we are multiplying the exponent. So x n times m. Okay, now what if we have x, y raised to the m power? So, anong ginagawa natin dyan? We are going to distribute this m sa x and sa y. So, we're going to get x, m, y, m. Okay, so these are the rules of exponent that you need to remember when you are doing multiplication of monomials. Okay, it's not only for monomials, but when you are multiplying polynomials, we need them. Okay, so now that alam na natin at na-review na natin kung ano yung mga rules ng exponent na kakailanganin natin dito sa pagmumultiply ng monomial to a monomial, monomial to a binomial, and to a polynomial, we're now ready to answer the different examples. Okay? So, ang pinakauna is this one. So, 5x times 2x less 3x plus 12. So, pag ganito, monomial times a polynomial, ano ang gagawin natin? Kailangan natin i-distribute yung 5x dito sa loob nito. So, ibig sabihin, pag i-distribute yung 5x, hindi lang dito sa 2x, but kasama ang 3x at saka ang 12. Okay, so doing that, we're going to multiply 5x times 2x. So, will be negative 5x times 2x minus 5x times 3x. So, negative 5x times 3x plus negative 5x times 12. Okay, and then, now we're ready to multiply. So, 5 times 2 is 10 negative. And then, what do we do with the exponent when we are multiplying? Nag-a-add tayo. So, since wala namang nakalagay na kahit anong exponent doon, ibig sabihin, understood na 1 ang exponent natin. So, meron tayong x plus x, so that will be 10x squared. Minus negative 5x times 3x, so ganun pa rin. So, 5 times 3 is 15 times, since a negative, it will be negative 15x squared. Okay, next, plus negative 5x times 12 is negative 60x. Okay, so after that, ano ang gagawin natin? Let's try to simplify. Okay, so simplifying this, we'll get negative 10x squared less negative that will be positive 15x squared, negative positive, that will be negative 60x. So since pareho namang x squared yan, pwede nating i-combine. Combining like terms tayo. So kapag i-combine natin yung like terms, magiging negative 10, positive 15, ang like signs, susubtract natin. At since yung 15 has a bigger number and it is positive, so magiging 5x siya, positive. And then, squared minus 60x. Okay, so this is the answer. Okay, next. What if meron naman tayong ganito? So, multiplying monomial times a monomial. But then, dito, meron tayong xy and then xy and there's an exponent outside. So, ano ang unang-una natin gagawin dyan? First, we are going to simplify this. Kailangan natin masimplify yung double exponent. So, anong gagawin natin? Kailangan natin i-distribute tong 2 dito sa 5, sa 4, at saka sa x at saka sa y. So, doing that, magkakaroon tayo ng 5 raised to the second power, and then x. So, double exponent, anong gagawin natin? I-multiply. So, 4 times 2 is 8. And then y, 3 times 2 is 6. Okay? Times negative 7, x to the 5th power, y raised to the 4th power. Now, we are ready to multiply this. But this time, since meron tayong x and y, we have to simplify x and then y and y. Okay? So, how are you going to simplify that? Since an operation natin is multiplication, ang gagawin natin sa exponent, we only add them. Okay? So, ang i-multiply lang natin dito is this 5 squared at saka negative 7. So, doing that, negative 7 times 5 squared is 25. And then x, 5 plus 8 is 13. 4 plus 6 is y to the 10. So, negative 7 times 25, so that will be negative 175. X raised to the 13, y raised to the 10th power. And that is the answer. Okay? Next, paano naman pag may ganito? So, monomial times a monomial, tapos merong exponent outside. So, ang unang-una natin gagawin dito is isi-simplify natin yung inside the parenthesis before we do or we distribute the exponent outside. So, first, i-multiply natin ang negative 1/4 times negative 12. As you can see here, A at saka B. So, we're not going to combine anything kasi hindi naman sila pareho ng variable. So, ang gagawin natin, you just have to copy A and B. And then, don't forget, meron tayong outside exponent. So, doing that, fraction times a whole number. If you're writing a fraction to a whole number, anong gagawin natin? We just have to put 1 as the denominator. Okay? And then, you can do cancellation if you can. So, here we can cancel 4 and 12 by dividing it by 4. So, 4 divided by 4 is 1. 12 divided by 4 is 3. Okay? Now, we are ready to multiply. So, negative 1, negative 3. So, that will be 3ab. But remember, meron tayong outside exponent doon. So, 3 yan. Now, since na-simplify na natin yung nasa loob, we are now ready to distribute these 3 inside. Okay, so magiging 3 raised to the 3rd power, A raised to the 3rd power, B raised to the 3rd power. And A raised to the 3rd power is equal to 3 times 3 times 3, so that will be 27. A raised to the 3rd power, B raised to the 3rd power. So, this is the final answer. Okay? Next, what if we have this? So, ano naman ang gagawin natin dyan? So, again, this is a monomial times a monomial. But this time, the numbers are in fraction form. So, anong gagawin natin kapag fraction form? We have to just multiply them again and do cancellation if pwede. Okay, and then just combining the like terms x and x, y and y. So, ang mangyayari, we can just do 15 over 16 times 2 fifth, and then x, 6 plus 3, that will be 9, y, 2 plus 3, that will be 5. And then dito, ano gagawin natin sa fraction natin? Numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator. Pero before doing that, we can do cancellation. Cancel 16 and 2 by 2. So this becomes 1 and this becomes 8. 15 and 5 by 5. So this becomes 1 and this becomes 3. Okay, so yung mga hindi o medyo nalilito sa cancellation, you can watch my video about multiplying fraction using cancellation. Okay, so next, 3 times 1 is 3, 8 times 1 is 8. And then just copy x raised to the 9th power, y raised to the 5th power. At eto na yung final answer. Okay, next, last. So what if ganito naman siya? So, as you can see here, meron tayong double. Okay? Monomial times a binomial and another monomial times a binomial. So, pag ganyan, ang gagawin natin, unahin natin yung nasa parenthesis na to. Okay? Sisimplify muna natin yan. So, paano natin isi-simplify? I-distribute natin tong 2c dito sa lahat ng yan at itong 5c dito sa lahat ng yan. Okay? So, doing that, meron tayong 5c squared times 3c minus 5c squared times 7 minus, ito naman is 2c times 5c squared less 2c times 8c. Close and open parenthesis. Now that we are done doing that, we can simplify. So, 5 times 3 is 15, and then 2 plus 1 is c raised to the 3rd power. Minus 5 times 7 is 35, and then just copy c squared. Minus, close and open parenthesis, 2 times 5 is 10c raised to the 3rd power. Minus 2 times 8 is 16. C plus C is squared. Okay? Now, as you can see, meron tayong minus dyan. So, ano gagawin natin? We have to simplify the sign. Kasi minus, what do you do with this? Subtrahend, nag-change ng sign yan. Okay? So, you have to distribute this sign to everything. Negative times positive is negative. 10c cubed. Negative times negative, that will be positive. 16c squared, and then kokopyahin lang natin to, 15c cubed less 35c squared. Okay? Now, the last thing na dapat natin gawin is simplify by combining like terms. So, ano bang mga like terms natin dito? Yung 5c cubed at saka 10c cubed. 15c cubed, I'm sorry, at 10c cubed, tapos the 35c squared and 16c squared. So, doing that, 15 c cubed less 10 c cubed, and then negative 35 c squared positive 16 c squared. So simplifying it further, 15 less 10 is 5 c cubed. Negative 35 plus positive 16, so unlike sign, subtract again. So that will be negative 19 c squared. And so the final answer will be 5c cubed less 19c squared. Okay? So, yan. So, that's how we multiply monomial to a monomial, binomial, and polynomial. So, don't forget, you need to memorize the rules of exponent, especially the double exponent. And what will you do if it's multiplication? You add the exponent of the bases that are the same, and also if there are two or more variables with different exponent and there's an outside exponent, anong gagawin? We have to distribute and multiply the exponent. Okay, so that's it. I hope you learned something again today. Again, this is Teacher Luis, your mommy tutor. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, feel free to comment below. Write your suggestions or any lessons that you want me to discuss. Okay? Bye!